What's up, y'all? GoofyRhexxi here, and hope everybody is doing well. And the purpose of this video today is to help free-to-play players to try to unlock Agatha Harkness here at 3 stars. It's definitely possible with this event. Unfortunately, though, I will say this: if you are looking to complete the event in its entirety, that you will not be able to do so unless you are willing to spend money. Now, it is possible to get a 4-star Agatha Harkness, but that will require some dollars, as well as a lot of activity in order for you to be able to do so, which is just unfortunate because the previous events that we've had before, well, at least the last 2 ones, right, for not Scourge, but I'm talking about for the anniversary event, that was very largely a free-to-play friendly event where a lot of players were able to actually complete that free-to-play. For the Morbius event, although you weren't able to complete the entirety of the event free-to-play, you were at least able to get a 4-star version, right, of Morbius free-to-play. So that was very player-friendly in my opinion. This event is not. Just, you know, number one, you got to open up these occult hex orbs. In total, to be able to get through this Witch's Coven milestone, you will need to open up a total of 94 orbs in order to be able to do so. And in order to be able to get all of those 94 orbs, you're going to need to be able to spend power cores, and you will need to complete the arcade witchery milestone. And in total, you would need to be able to complete this milestone, where you can spend those power cores. You will need to spend 16,325 cores over a 10-day period in order to be able to do so, which is the equivalent of 1,630 cores per day. In terms of activity, you would need to blitz at least 8 rotations per day at a minimal of 35 wins per blitz rotation in order to be able to do so. And then, even then, you're still not going to be able to complete all of the milestones in the Witch's Coven event, because I still think that you're going to fall 2 milestones short, and you're still going to need to spend some money in order to be able to get through that. Not only considering spending the money that you're going to need to probably buy power cores to be able to get through that milestone. And then they do have these web milestones here where you can get some extra orb fragments that you can open up for the Witch's Coven milestone. But you will need to spend a total of 5,700 campaign energy over a 2-day period, because this is a 2-day milestone that refreshes every 2 days. You need to spend 5,700 campaign energy in order to be able to do so. But I guess if you're buying power cores and spending them, that you probably could also do that. But either way, super cracking the event. Not really a big fan of it, but let's digress from that. Let's talk about you as a player. What do you need to do in order for you to be able to get a 3-star Agatha Harkness? So I broke these numbers down to a bare minimum, right? Bare minimum activity that you need to do in order for you to be able to unlock Agatha Harkness free to play and get her at 3 stars. So we talked about the power core milestone. So I did the math on this. Basically, I'm assuming that most players will spend at least 200 cores per day. If you're going to spend 200 cores per day on like your regular campaign energy refresh, I'm not thinking that you're spending on your ISO campaign energy. I'm at least saying that you're spending 200 power cores per day on your campaign energy, that you'll be able to accumulate at least 1 orb. So you'll be able to get in the arcade witchery milestone, you'll be able to get to milestone 6, which will give you a total of 1 orb in the arcane witchery milestone. That would, and then your next activity that you would need to do is that you would need to go pretty heavy on the blitzing, right? So I broke it down to where if you do 1 rotation per day at a minimal of 30 wins, you can get anywhere between 50 orb fragments or 2,000 orb fragments, pretty wide gap, right, per blitz win. But I basically broke the numbers down to the bare minimum, that if you're only getting at only 50 orb fragments per blitz win, that for 1 rotation at 30 wins, you'll be able to get 1,500 orb fragments. If you do 6 rotations per day, then you'll be able to get 9,000 fragments, which would be the equivalent of 4.5 orbs. 4.5 orbs over the duration of 10 days will give you a total of 45 orbs. Now, for each one of these occult hex orbs, at a bare minimum, you could get 2 shards for Agatha Harkness. If you are able to get 2 shards for Agatha Harkness at a bare minimum for each one of these orbs, then you'll get a total of 90 shards. for just the orbs that you're collecting from the Blitz. If you then add on this additional orb, then you're gonna get a total of 46. You're gonna get 46 orbs, which would then give you at a bare minimum 92 shards. But we do have these web milestones that I talked about a little bit as well. Now these web milestones, if you at a bare minimum spend 600 campaign energy, at a bare minimum spend 400 ISO campaign energy, that's also going to give you an additional 2.5 orbs over the duration of the 10 days for the event. So in total, you'll be able to accumulate a total of 48 orbs for all of this activity by just spending your 200 cores per day, blitzing 6 rotations per day, at a minimum of 30 wins per rotation. Your web milestones, by the way, just so you know, you are probably most likely gonna spend more than 600 campaign energy and more than your 400 ISO campaign energy. I just did bare minimum numbers. You would then be able to accumulate a total of 48 orbs, which would be at a bare minimum, if you only get 2 shards per orb, you would get 96 shards. And then because you've opened up these orbs, you're able to also climb through the Witch's Coven milestone. That would bring you up to milestone, I'm forgetting exactly which number it's at, but that would bring you up to milestone 27, which would then give you an additional 25 orbs. So if you get through if you at least get to milestone 27 in the Witch's Coven milestone, you're going to be able to get an additional 25 orbs, which in total will give you 121 shards. Now, these are bare minimum numbers. There's a possibility, right? If you're able to get more wins, more than 30 wins per Blitz rotation, if you're able to get an average more than 50 orb fragments per Blitz rotation, per Blitz win, then obviously these numbers change. When you open up these orbs, sometimes you're probably gonna get 5 shards, right? So then therefore that will skew the numbers. But I just did this, like I said, at bare minimum numbers that you would need to be able to get a 3-star Agatha Harkness. Now, if you don't want to blitz a lot, I do have an alternative to that. So I did break it down here. If you wanted to go with less blitz rotations, so only doing 5 blitz rotations, you would need to go heavier on spending power cores. So let's say that you're now spending 400 power cores per day, which could be like your ISO campaign energy refresh, and then also your campaign energy refresh first, and then also your ISO campaign energy refresh. That will give you a total of 16,000 points over a 10-day period, which would then give you a total of 3 orbs. I put LOL here because I'm just like, bro, are you serious, man? I'm spending 400 power cores per day, 1,600 points, 60,000 points over 10 days, and I'm only getting 3 orbs. But yes, that's what you would get. You would get 3 orbs over the duration of those 10 days. If you do a minimum of 5 rotations per day and then only get, right, like I said, that those 50 orb fragments per blitz win, then you will get a total of 7,500 orb fragments per day, which would then give you 3.75 total orbs per day. 3.75 total orbs per day over the duration of 10 days would give you a total of 37.5 orbs, plus the 2.5 orbs that you're getting from the web milestones by spending a bare minimum. And if you open up a total of 43 orbs, that would still get you enough shards through the Witch's Coven milestone. So let's say that you open up 43 orbs at a bare minimum, 2 shards per orb. That's 86 shards that you're going to be able to get just by opening up your orbs. And then by getting through the milestones, which you would at least be able to get to the milestone 27 here, which would give you the extra 25 orbs, shards that you need. That on top of the 86 would then give you 111 orbs. So you'd still be able to get at least a bare minimum of a 3-star unlock for Agatha Harkness. So those are set on my calculations there. Let me know how perfectly confusing this is not. And then if you have any questions about anything, I'll definitely be happy to help. Overall, from a free-to-play perspective, to get a 3-star Agatha Harkness, it's not that bad, right? It's really not. And through the milestones, you're actually able to get some really good stuff here. Like, I'm looking through this, you got some decent teal gear here. You got some other stuff that's here. Like, you got some Yeah, there's some actual good stuff here that could be really helpful. I think the bad part about it is obviously, right, that we want to be able to complete everything. Unfortunately, the way this event is laid out right now, you're not going to be able to complete everything. That's just kind of the way it is. But let me know if this was helpful. Let me know if you guys have any questions about anything. Happy to help and go through and clarify anything that I talked about here. But at a bare minimum, I would say, you know, if you're able to do 5 rotations per day, 30 teams, you know, you should be able to get through it. Based on, you will need to spend some more power cores just to be able to get those additional 2 orbs. I do think that will definitely be helpful. Or maybe you just say, hey, you know what, I'm gonna bare minimum it. I'm gonna go with the 5 rotations per day. I'll get my 37.5 orbs, and I'll just hope that I'll just get some better drops than the bare minimum drops. Then you're probably gonna be okay as well. But like I said, I did calculations based on the bare minimum to get you 100 shot unlock for Agatha. You might get some good luck and then not need to do all this activity, right? So let me know if this was helpful, guys. Appreciate you guys watching the video. Until next time, y'all be blessed. Hey, y'all be safe. Bye. It was Agatha all along. Nah, damn it, screw that. It was Scopely all along. Who was that being cheap about everything? It was Scopely all along. Cracking food, Scopely all along. I like it.